Our next question is a video. It comes from Kerry Harrison in Harristown, I should say, Queensland.
I expected my kids to be taught science in science classes at their local state school. So I was a bit angry when my son was taught a creation story about the origin of the universe in his Year 11 physics class at a local high school. My son didn't want me to do anything because he was concerned about possible repercussions for his grades, which in Queensland count toward university entrance. So I want to know from the panel what your attitude is towards the teaching of religion in science classes, and to Tanya and Greg in particular, what you and your parties will do to stop religion being taught in our science classes.
Tanya Plibersek, let's start with you.
Well, I just think that's an extraordinary story. I'm quite happy for kids at school to participate in religious education if their parents want them to, but science is science, and I don't think there are many scientists who would accept the literal interpretation of the Bible, the creation of the earth. It shouldn't happen. We've got a national curriculum being developed. I don't think creationism is going to be in the science curriculum of the national curriculum.
So will the federal government be in a position to impose a national curriculum on states like Queensland if they choose to continue not to do that?
Well, look, I'm not sure how widespread this is.
Well, that's a state school.
Yes, but it's one state school. Mm-hmm. You might have run into one teacher with particular views in one school. I don't know that we can say that that is a characterisation of what's being taught in science in all of our state schools. I'd be very surprised and very disturbed.
People have written to me, and people have written me once I've come to Australia and given me a lot of examples in Queensland, the fact of creationism being used in science.
Well, in fact, Greg Hunt, the original question was addressed to both you and to Tanya Plibersek, and the question was, what will you do to stop religion being taught in science classes?
Well, the first thing is a very simple principle. Science for the science classes, religion for the religious instruction classes, and the battle between the two for the history classes, the Renaissance, the Reformation, because that is part of our great history and they do come together there. So the simple answer is the national curriculum will keep science for the science class. Of that I have absolutely no doubt.
By the way, climate change for science classes?
Of course.